Good afternoon, family. It is February 16th, 2022. If you're new, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of reaching a healthy weight. If you do enjoy my videos, make sure that you do click that subscribe. Also, click on the bell icon so you'll get alerted when I go live. If you'd like to participate in on the discussion, you can join me live at 4 p.m. Central on weekdays or outside of my live streams. I have a Discord that I created where you can join that and ask questions there or post about your progress or what your goals are. One of the things that we get asked about a lot is what we eat on our diet, or what are you eating to lose weight? And in order to answer that question, we created a Pinterest board, and there is a link to the Pinterest board down in the description below as well. Um, Today is day 473. Oh my gosh, guys, weigh-in Wednesday. Let me get started here. Let me switch over. All right, family. It is weigh-in Wednesday. It is day 473 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. A quick recap. I started this challenge on November 1st of 2020. I weighed in at 519.8 pounds. I set a goal for myself to lose 300 pounds over the next 3 years. And so far, I have been doing great. Last week, after having a little under a half pound weight loss, I'm currently at 320.4 pounds, bringing my total weight loss to 199.6. I'm going to get on the scale now. We're going to see what my new weight is. I'm hoping that I can reach that 200 pounds loss. Three 319.2. That is a 1.2 pound weight loss since last week. Let me mute that. Right back. Don't they know I'm doing important things here? Okay. Let me get this updated here. 319 point. I keep hitting too many buttons. So 319.2 pounds. That is a 1.2 pound weight loss since last week, bringing my total weight loss to 200.6 pounds. I'm so happy to be back under that 319.8. I been struggling so much for the past 6 months with what's been going on. Uh, and when I look back on it in hindsight, I really have to reflect and just kind of be like, this is the first time ever in my life that I've ever maintained any type of substantial weight loss. Many times in the past, I would lose 60 pounds, lose 100 pounds, and I would hit those goals, but then I would just skyrocket right back up. And for me to be able to sit here and say that on August 1st or August 3rd, it might have been, of 2021, I was the same weight as I am today on February 16th. That is a huge accomplishment for me. A ton of comments over here. Sly saying whoop whoop. Anna saying, hell yeah. That's awesome. Let's see. Latchkey generation. Wow. Congrats. Happy for you. Anna, let's see. You've been kicking butt and just keep up with it. I'm so proud of you. Thanks, Anna. I appreciate the support. Um, this past week was a really great week. We had Valentine's Day weekend, so there's always that. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna celebrate? Something like that without anything. And this past week, I'm able to say for the past week that I was on my diet 100%. Any times that I had any options to eat something else, I have just chosen not to eat, or I've chosen to eat without those things, just to eat on my diet for the last week. So it's great to see the weight come down, going in the right it's going in the right direction. Starting this year, I was 332 pounds, so I got 12 pounds down so far. I do have to do a little bit of work here to catch up by the end of this month if I want to stay on track with my goal of reaching 219.8 by the end of this year. But I'm just happy to see the scale continuing to go in the right direction. And I'm very happy to be back at a point where I can say I have lost over 200 pounds since I started this. So thanks everyone for the support. Uh, if you guys want to keep track of my if you guys want to keep track of my progress, make sure you get subscribed to the channel too. Let's see. I'm going to switch out of this and go into the main channel. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm really excited about that weight loss. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories, any questions, comments. Yeah, just let me know. I don't have a ton of topics to talk about today. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was just mostly excited about getting the weight off. Sly says incredible. Thank you, Shy. That's Sly. Shy. Thank you, Shy. Yeah, it has been awesome to really keep that weight off. And the one thing that I have to kind of remind myself about a lot too is that I have had in the past 6 months, I have had a lot of days where no matter what the scale is done, no matter what else has been going on, I have felt amazing. Just in my body, just walking around, the way my clothes fits, the way my clothing fits, just overall, just my general mood is much better than it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I wouldn't have thought that I was in a bad mood or that I had a bad uh attitude 3, 4 years ago. It's just that now I have that same good attitude, but then my body also feels great as well. Like the and that's something that I don't realize, that how many times I wake up and think, God, I feel good today. And versus how many times I used to wake up and say, man, I feel like crap today. So it's really something. Chai says that they can hold themselves up on a pull-up bar for 2 more seconds. That's awesome. Honestly, that's something that as silly as it is, I feel like I can remember the one time that I was ever able to pull off doing a pull-up was my freshman year in high school. I had to lose 25 pounds for a wrestling um tournament that was coming up. And so I had gotten down to like my lowest weight since that ever at that point. I was down under like 230 pounds. And I remember maybe being able to do like a pull up, but like cheating. Um, but to hold myself, I can't hardly hold myself either. Like I don't know how people do those monkey bar things. I had a buddy of mine who has been bugging me about doing a mud run or a Spartan run where you have to go and do these obstacles. And I think about like if they have like monkey bars, I've never done monkey bars in my entire life. Like been able to grab and go like people do. I've never been able to do that. So to do something like a Spartan run seems crazy to me. So Carrie saying hello. Hello, Carrie. I hope everything's going great at home today. I got I don't know if you caught the weigh in, but I did get back over 200 pounds lost. I had a 1.2 pound weight loss this week. So it was awesome. Um, but yeah, the Anna saying auntie, yes. Let's see here, guys. The God, I'm just really excited about having that weight loss and just the Carrie says that she skipped the monkey bar part of the mud run that she did, and she just had to do push-ups instead. Well, that's been a challenge for me. Uh I've done a lot of push-ups in my life. I used to like to do push-ups a lot when I was younger, and as I've gotten older and gotten heavier, it hasn't been something that I've been able to do. And I tore my distal bicep tendon last year, and that just wrecked the strength of my left arm. And I tried to do a push up 2 months ago and I couldn't do one. And then a month ago, I tried to do a push up and I was able to actually do a push up. But that at this point is um, just as much of an obstacle as doing monkey bars with my crippled arm. Getting better though. I'm noticing that it's getting stronger. I probably should go to the gym and do some more work with it, but just finding the motivation to go to the gym is really hard, you know? Like that's why I focus so hard on my diet and, kicking ass with that because the finding the time and the motivation tough. Um Anna says, heck yes, keep up the hard work. Also, pull-ups are a nightmare. Uh, Floating around 100 and it's hard to pick yourself up. Uh, Vinny can farmers carry 400 plus pounds, and you have yet to ever see that man do a pull-up. Yeah, exactly. I was the same way. I could lift a lot of weight, but when it came to lifting myself up, that was a totally different story. Which is how funny is that? Yeah, like because it was. I guess it's the difference between using your legs to lift yourself up and your arms. But yeah, the the thing I guess I just got to push with it is the persistence. It has been the continually sticking with it and following through with the plan. Like the um my history with this is, I did the fast for 40 days and I lost 90 pounds. And then I switched to a whole food plant based diet and ate 100% on diet uh, until I tore my distal bicep tendon. We ended up having a special event out of town. And then we kind of started eating a little bit of that vegan junk food or that plant based junk food that uh, can start to pile up or can start to add up. And it's been really tough to get away from the temptations, to avoid it's been really tough to avoid the temptations and to be consistent on my diet and to stick with it. Um, Latchkey says here that they went out metal detecting this past Saturday for 6 hours, and that was a heck of a workout. You found some nice relics and silver mercury dime, lots of uh fun. Can't recommend it enough. Yeah, I wish I lived somewhere where that was kind of a thing. We don't I live near a river, but there's not really anybody running around doing the metal detecting like on the beach. I guess I'm assuming that you're doing metal detecting on a beach. I'm not sure, but that does seem like it would be a lot of fun, and it would be really fun to do with the kids. Carrie tried to, or she did kind of a fun a thing with the kids. Uh, she was picking up from school the other day. She parked the car a few blocks away, and they kind of did like a not a scavenger hunt, but they had to go find the car, and I'm sure metal detecting would be all of that only even cooler because you're not have no idea what you're gonna find. So that's really awesome. Um, and then Shy says you did a $40 40-day fast. Yes. If you want to go see those videos, it's when I started this whole thing. I think I have them in like a playlist somewhere where it's the 40 days of my water fast. I just needed to do something, and I knew that the quickest way to lose the most amount of weight would be to not bring any more calories in. And I spent those 40 days. It was initially going to be 30 days and then I pushed it. Uh, I spent those days figuring out what I was going to do afterwards. Uh, and my plan going in day one was not the plan that I came out with at day 40. And I'm so happy that I found out about the different benefits of eating a plant-based diet. And since eating a plant-based diet, I've lost 110 pounds. Um, you say that you'll check it out. Your longest is 5 days. Yeah, and it's really difficult to do a long extended water fast. I mean, there's a lot of factors that play into it. It was very heavy. 519.8 pounds is a lot of weight. So there's a lot of excess calories on my body. Um, and a big part too is that you're going through a lot of withdrawals when you first start a water fast. Those first 3 4 days, you're going to deal with having withdrawals from caffeine, withdrawals from sugar, withdrawals from salt. I mean, everything, anything that is got any little bit of addictiveness to it, you're going to be going through those withdrawals all at the same time. And so the thing I definitely recommend is if you're going to go into a water fast, you need to change the way you eat before you start the water fast so that you don't blame the withdrawals from sugar on the water fast. If you stop eating sugar and caffeine 4 or 5 days before you do a water fast, any symptoms or any issues you have from eliminating those from your diet can be done prior to the water fast and then water fast. But don't push yourself too hard on the water fast either. I did a very long water fast and it was crazy, and I had huge benefits for myself. But the biggest benefit that I got from doing a 40-day water fast was that I reset my diet and I got on a diet that works for me. And that is what I would recommend using any fast for, is to reset the system, eliminate some things from your diet or change some things up, and make better choices after you water fast than before you water fast. And that really comes from the fact that the water fast I did at the beginning of this challenge was not the first time I ever did a long water fast. About a year and a half prior to starting this channel, I water fasted for 30 days and I lost 60 pounds. I was lighter than 520, so it didn't stick. And that was the problem. That I went into the water fast. I succeeded in water fasting, but I had no plan coming out of it. I was like, oh, I'll do keto when I come out. I'll be so motivated. I'll just stick with it and it won't be a problem. And within 4 or 5 days, I was probably back at the drive through at Burger King ordering some double bacon cheeseburger. Um, and that went to crap right away. And as fast as I lost that 60 pounds, I probably put most of it back on. And then a year and a half later, I was 60, 80 pounds, even heavier than when I started that fast. So that was the biggest thing I learned from that water fast, is that I need to have a plan for the backside and I need to stick to that plan, and it needs to be completely different than the way I was eating before I started the fast. Have you seen Facing the Fat documentary with a guy who fasted for 40 days? I don't know that I have. I've watched a lot of documentaries. I've seen lots of videos for people that have done anywhere from, 20-day to 100+ day water fast. I've researched a lot of that stuff, but I don't know that I've seen Facing the Fat. Suppose if it's something that came out recently, that's probably why. Uh, Fat 2009, that's old. So, I don't know that I've seen it. Yes. Is this the guy? Yeah. I have seen this. I don't remember it being called this, Facing the Fat. Was it 40 days? He did a 55-day and he was excited about it being like a world record. I feel like if that's that movie. But the whole time he's doing this, there's actually the Angus Barbieri that got like over a year fasted. Um, no, Carrie says, well, I know what you're doing for our next TV date. No, I think I've seen that one. I think I have seen that. At least that's the impression I got from just the pictures I've seen. I do recognize the Penny Sailors. And I do believe he did it for 55 days, but they're 50. Anyways, I'm not sure if it's the same thing. Let me switch back to this. Okay, yeah. So I think I have seen that video then. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's an accomplishment to do. It takes a lot of um dedication to it, like because you're doing it to yourself. Like that's really one of the toughest things about water fasting in the world we live in right now is that you have to uh decide and self motivate water fast. Body's physiology isn't designed to be fasting while we have the option to eat. Our body's physiology is to be fasting while the food is scarce and while the winter's gone long. So that is one of the toughest things about doing a water fast is to keep motivating yourself. And if there's any issuing with buffering, let me know. And doing too much activity, you can't do a lot of rigorous activity and continue to water fast for a long time. If you're doing a few days, 5, 4, 7, whatever, should throw numbers under 10. If you're doing a short water fast, doing activity and continuing to work as normal and be uh, more than sedentary would be not a problem. But if you're going to get into really long fasts, I think you would need to look into making sure that, oh, yeah, it does say frozen. As YouTube is not receiving. Switch this off. I don't know. Is everybody else having issues? Let me. End it. Now she says never mind. So I don't know. It says it's giving me an error. It says I got poor quality streaming going on, which is annoying. So I don't know what's going on. You just give it 1 second. Is anybody else still watching? Can they tell me if they're getting user here? Pretty much just gonna end after this. All right, Carrie says it's working now on her end. All right, 424, not enough buffer. All right. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of here today, guys. If the stream got real screwed up, I recorded this separate so I can upload this separate. I have to back for me now, but it was frozen. Okay. yeah, I don't know why I just got a big error on the system there, and it says that I have a poor quality stream status, which is never fun when you're trying to do a live stream that you get error message. So, um, I appreciate everybody with the comments, all the support. I am very happy with my weight loss this week. Having a 1.2 pound weight loss is huge, going in the right direction. It's because I've stayed consistent and that I have not let the temptations be too overwhelming. And I've made sure that I've had other choices around when those temptations were there. And it's a million other things, but it is just dedication to wanting to lose the weight and to sticking with my plan. So, I appreciate all the support from you guys. I'm going to get out of here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do click on the subscribe icon. Also click on the bell so that you get alerted when I go live, which is usually at 4 p.m. on weekdays. If you haven't started your diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up that is more important than getting your health and your overall well-being in a better spot than where you started. And nobody ever reaches their goals and wishes they would have waited to start. Everybody wishes they would have started sooner. Go all in, guys. Don't fall for the myths of moderation, the myth of moderate consumption. You're not going to be able to consistently over a long period of time restrict the volume of food that you eat and be happy and be satisfied. You have to change the density. You have to change the calorie density of the food that you're eating. You have to bring down that calorie density, get rid of the oils, get rid of the fats, get rid of the high calorie items. Get yourself some big salads, some potatoes, some rice, fill up your gut, go to bed with a full stomach, and be happy with the results. Don't fall for the myth of moderate change either. You're not going to be able to slowly switch over and, just start eating a little bit of health food with the junk food, and that slowly you're going to decide to grab the health food over the junk food for some magical reason, especially if you haven't done it for gosh knows how long already, right? Now it says I have excellent stream connection. So anybody that is still here, that's made it through the poor stream connection, I appreciate it very much. Very much. I'm going to get out of here tonight, guys. I'm very excited. I should have talked about this earlier. I could have filled up half the stream about how excited I am for dinner tonight. We're going to have miso soup is the rumor. And then I also heard there's a rumor going around that we might have some brownies, and those aren't great for my diet, but as long as I can keep myself under that 200 pounds, I think I'll be okay. So thanks again, guys. I will see you tomorrow if you're checking out my live streams. I'll see you next week if you're only checking out my weigh-in Wednesdays. But for all of it, I appreciate all of the support. You guys have a wonderful evening.